Let's look at each Big Five personality trait and discuss how to look at having new beliefs in each one. I think the best way to do this would be through some kind of journaling where you actually wrote down answers to what these questions I'm about to say, these prompts I'm going to give you. But I guess you could do them in your head. You could do a little right now as we go over this, but I think you'd do better to make this a written exercise. So again, if you go to the my website, abbymedcalf.com, and you go to this episode, to the relationship tips and tools page, the entire thing, like I said, is written out. So all these questions will be there. You don't have to, right now you're probably running for a piece of paper or, oh no, I gotta slow down, Abby, or you put me on pause. You don't need to. It's all right there later. Listen now, just try to take in what I'm saying because it'll be harder if you're taking notes. Try to just take it in. If you really have to take notes, I love you, it's fine. But later go back, and that's why I have it there. I do that extra work. What for what? So you go there. I'm not selling you anything at the bottom. I'm doing it because I love you. I want to make this easier for you, and I want you to change your life. So openness. Let's get there. Already you kind of know, yeah, I hate new things, or I love new things. But if you already know that you score lower on this dimension, I would recommend looking at your beliefs related to being more open. So you would take some time answering questions like these. So you would sit down, right? Journaling. I did an entire episode on journaling and how to do it and how to set aside 15 minutes or something. And that's what I would like you to do. I would even like you to do maybe 10 minutes a day per question or something like that, or set aside 30 minutes and do the 3 questions. But I'd really like you to dig a little deeper, not just write a sentence. That's not going to get you to your beliefs. You got to take a minute. You got to get a little deeper. You got to uncover. Okay, got to uncover. Here's the questions. When I try something new, I'm worried that, and then finish the sentence. So think about it when you start to write. When I try something new, I'm worried that other people will laugh at me, that I'll be embarrassed, that other people will talk about me. Do you see what's going on here? This is a belief you have. So then you would go a little deeper. Well, maybe, right? Then I would tell you to get your own journaling prompt, like from that. Well, why am I so worried about what other people think? Why is my happiness more important, less important than what other people think of me? What would happen if I was embarrassed? And why would it be embarrassing? Who says it's embarrassing except me? So other people do it and they're not embarrassed. Other people try new things and they fall and they whatever. What is that? You start to get a little deeper into your beliefs about, and by the way, no one's thinking about you or looking at you except you, but I get it, but you start to do that. The second question would be, I feel safest when? That's a great question, by the way, for any of these 5, just to answer that. If you did that every day, answer just that question. I feel safest when? And write out all the ways you feel safest. And then question yourself about that. Again, you want to go a little deeper. Why do I feel safest when I'm alone? Why is that? What is it about being alone that feels safe? And is that really safe? Is that safe? What does safe mean to me? Then I would go to there. What does safe mean to me? Why is safe important? And I think safe should be important. Don't get me wrong, but why is it to you? What else could be safe? Could other people be safe? Could more people supporting me be safe? Maybe. If I was less rigid or structured, however you want to say that, I'm afraid that, and then talk about, what are you afraid of? What do you think could happen? And then I want you to answer, so knowing or understanding this, whatever that you wrote, a new belief I could have is, that people are safe, that trying new things is fun, that I can approach new things with a new attitude, that I could try new things alone, try it that way so I don't feel embarrassed first, that I could start small and work my way up, right? Any new belief you could have, I would then put it in there. You see how that works? I know, kind of cool, right? Conscientiousness. If you score lower on this dimension, right? If you're somebody who is procrastinating all the time, very messy with things, has a hard time, following through, I would recommend looking at your beliefs related to being more organized, right? So you take some time and answer these questions. And here's one of my favorites that I use, and I use it with even folks who have ADHD. You could ask procrastination, or you could journal, right? Or prompt. Procrastination serves me because, procrastination serves you. Maybe it's because no one asks me to do anything. I get less work this way. Maybe it's some kind of weaponized procrastination. It serves me because I don't have to ever, I can just be this loser that no one expects things from. And I'm not saying you're a loser if you procrastinate. I'm saying you think that, right? You might think that. But procrastination does serve you. It's not all bad, or you wouldn't be doing it. The pain of it would make you do something else. So there's a place it serves you. You could also ask yourself, I don't think I can be self-motivated because, I have clients who say, oh, without a deadline, I just can't do it. Well, that is a faulty premise. That is faulty logic, and that is a faulty belief system. You have a belief. Yeah, I guess in the past. Your past doesn't equal your future. Your past equals your present. What you do now equals your future. Got it? I'll say it again. Your past doesn't equal your future. That saying is bullshit. Your past equals your present. What you do now equals your future. Okay? Right? So your past of eating poorly maybe equals your present weight or fitness level. But what you do now is going to say your future. Like literally right this minute now is going to determine if a year from today you weigh 20 pounds less, or that you're super physically fit, or you have more muscle, or whatever it is that you're looking for, right? What you do now. What's that? There's like some Chinese proverb, the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today or is now. And the other thing you might journal is, when I think of being more organized, I think, when I think of being more organized, it means, or I feel, that's another thing you can put there instead of I think, I feel. So get this stuff in to see, because you might notice, when I think of being more organized, I feel anxious. It's like, whoa, why? Why do I feel anxious when I think of being more organized? And then get deeper. It might be that you think people expect more from you. Or maybe whenever your mother was super organized growing up and was kind of anal type A crazy, and you feel like you'll be like her and you don't want to be like her. I don't know. I don't know what beliefs are driving your behavior that doesn't work for you. But you're saying this doesn't work for me because I want to be a little more this other way, or I've had trouble staying in relationships or keeping jobs because of these particular personality traits, so I want to shift them. So it's time to get deep, my friend. It's time to go a little deeper. And again, knowing or understanding whatever I just wrote, a new belief I could have is, and then you would write that. All right, extraversion. If you score lower on this dimension, if you score, more towards introversion, and you don't like that, I don't think there's anything wrong with introversion, by the way. I think that I just want to be really clear. I don't want to pathologize introversion as like a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with being introverted. There's only something wrong if, you've never been in a love relationship because of it, because you're too afraid. If it's getting in the way of work, or you don't end up working, or you don't have any friends, or you don't ever try anything new, or you're too afraid to leave your apartment or whatever, then I'm like, no. And to me, again, this is an extreme of this personality trait, and maybe even some mental health issues that got involved. So I don't mean to, again, pathologize things that are just, how you sort of like to be more. That's fine. Spending more time alone, fine. It's, again, how you manage that and how you feel about it. It's really about you, not about me judging it, or your mom or your dad or anyone else. It's about you. What is your comfort level with where you are? So if you're there and you want to shift to be, a little more extroverted maybe, I would recommend looking at your beliefs related to being more sociable. So you would answer things like, when I think of being at a party, I feel. When I'm alone, I feel safer because. When I think of being more outgoing, I'm worried that. See that? When I think of being more outgoing, I'm worried that. When you use it, you'll see. I'm telling you, as I'm saying them out loud, if you're just listening, you'll be like, I don't know. When you sit to write, some stuff's going to come out of you that you were not expecting. And again, now that you know or understand this new, what's a new belief you could have? So agreeableness, if you score lower on this dimension, I would recommend you look at your beliefs related to how you think of other people. So you might answer these prompts. I'm suspicious of other people's motives because if I thought of if I thought about other people's feelings, I'm worried that, maybe you're worried that you would lose yourself, or maybe you saw your dad do that and give everything to your narcissistic mom. I don't know, but you want to think about what that is. It's important to remain competitive because other people take advantage of me, and because of this and because of that. It's the only way to stay ahead. It's the only way to be safe. And then what else could be true about that? That kind of thing. And again, now that you know and understand this, what's a new belief you could have around this one? Okay. And then neuroticism. If you score higher on this dimension, I would recommend looking at your beliefs related to your emotional stability. So you take some time answering things like, if I wasn't anxious, I'd be worried that. That's one of the things I give to my anxious folks, one of the prompts, right? If I wasn't anxious, I'd be worried that. I have a lot of people who fill in pages from that. I'd be worried that there's something I'm missing. I'd be worried that I wouldn't be creative anymore. I wouldn't have new ideas. You'd be amazed. So write that down, because that is a belief system. I've worked with some people, sort of famous entertainers, we'll call them, in different fields, who are worried that when they came off drugs and alcohol, they wouldn't be creative anymore. It's a belief. I won't be able to write music anymore. I won't be able to be on stage anymore. I won't be able to, run a football or whatever. They have a belief about being that. Do you see where that goes? I know. Being anxious. It's interesting, or doing drugs or whatever. You have beliefs. Another one I give to folks who score higher on neuroticism is, if I was calm, I'd be worried that, it's kind of the same question, but a little bit different. Or you might prompt yourself with, I don't think it's possible to be fully relaxed because, there you go. Those are really good ones. And again, understanding this, what's a new belief I could have? When we do things like journaling with prompts like these, we get under our thoughts to what we actually believe. And from there, that's where you can make changes. And I'm going to tell you, because I love you, I'm going to give you 3 super quick more tips. There's a free Journaling Made Easy. It's a journaling companion that you can download with my latest book, which is sitting behind me if you're watching a video, called Boundaries Made Easy, Your Roadmap to Connection, Ease, and Joy. If you buy the book, even if you listen to it on Audible, it doesn't matter, which is my melodious voice, which I know you love. If you buy the book, I have a free journaling companion for it. And it's for every chapter in that book. There's like 24 chapters in that book. So I go in more depth so you can uncover your underlying beliefs about a lot of areas in your life, like your self-esteem, confidence, why it's hard saying no to other people, how to manage your emotions. I go deeper into all of those in that journaling companion. And I believe you would find that very, very helpful to changing your personality. When you change your boundaries, when you really get good at them, you do change your personality. You change who you are in the world, how you show up, how you feel about yourself. You change it all. I'm just telling you. That's why I wrote the book. And I did this whole 5th section because it's all about who you are after that and how you kind of grow to the next level. Okay. So, all right. The second quick tip here, is to get good at cognitive reframing, which is another way we nudge at our belief systems. Changing your view, how you view life is so. One of the big ones, a cognitive reframe, is just when you change your viewpoint or perception about something. And I did an entire episode on it, which I will link here in the show notes, and on the Relationship Tips and Tools page and below the video. If the one I use the most is, life is happening for me, not to me. When everything that's happening, bad or good, and you think life is happening for me, not to me, it completely changes your beliefs and ideas about what's happening in a given situation. And I'm also going to I'm going to have a download for you, a free download for a tool that helps you do this. It's called Rational Motive Therapy. I've talked about this tool before. You might have already downloaded it. If you haven't, come on over. You can download. It's free. The RET tool will help you with this changing of beliefs, changing how you believe, what you think about something so that you can feel differently. And then the third thing I'm going to remind you of is something I've had for a long time that a lot of people have not taken advantage of, is that you can download my free, it's free, it's a Learned Optimism Jumpstart workshop. Now, this thing, it's a workshop I get paid to do out in the world. Okay, people pay me lots of money to come and do this, and it's free. It's on my website. And it is, I teach you all about learned optimism. You take the optimism test. There's a test, and I teach you how to score it, and you score it with me. And you will learn how to shift from a more negative mindset, or a more pessimistic mindset, I should say, to a more optimistic one, which has tons of health benefits, tons of good benefits everywhere. It's based on the work of Martin Seligman. It is his, out of the University of Pennsylvania. It is his test. And it's really good. It's going to take about an hour of your time. You know, it's going to take a minute, but it's be a great thing to do with your partner or your best friend or just on your own. That's on the shop page of my website, but it's free. You don't have to put in a credit card. Again, nothing I do is sleazy. If you haven't been with me long enough, you don't know that, but I'm here to tell you now, you will never find a sleazy thing from me. You're just not gonna. So you can get the free Learned Optimism Jumpstart workshop. I made that as a giveaway for my first 100 episodes of the podcast. So I did this a while ago, and I'm really proud of it, and it's great, and it's there. So the shop page of my website, it's right near the top. Go for it.